can we talk about the Logic lines?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
I've known Logic for a very long time. I don't take him as a culture vulture. Now, obviously, I'm a white man in hip hop, so you could think what you want about that.
Yeah.
But I kind of have known dude since about 2013, and I know him as like a hardcore hip hop fan. Like that's how me and him connected was through conversations about like Aquemini and just a lot of rap shit.
Yeah.
He seems like, I mean, he's a very disliked guy the last 5 or 6 years. But what's the issue with Logic, and why did he get those bars?
Well, for me, it's funny because that's the misunderstanding of the line, and I learned a good lesson on that. I learned 2 lessons: timing, as far as reading the room, and also like if you're gonna say something, you need to kind of go in a little bit more detail. When I rap, I just kind of rap about what I'm feeling at the time. So I too have loved Logic since like damn near 2010, and kind of going off of what we said earlier, like if I'm a fan of you, I hold you accountable. A lot of fans thought that I was saying he's a culture vulture of hip hop. That's not what I was talking about. You get what I'm saying? And so from a hip hop standpoint, you can't talk about the last 10 years of hip hop without talking about Logic. Like he's in that category. He's not as big as Kendrick and them, but he's in that category.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah,
man.
no,
He's doing
1,000%.
arenas.
No, 1,000%. So what I was speaking about was the fact that Logic is a black man, and Logic is somebody that has talked about black plight, black struggle. That's what he talked about in his come up. And then when he got to a certain album, I think it was Everybody, and he touched on a lot of issues that was going on in America: suicide, transgenders, gays, everybody. And I personally felt like he didn't touch on Black Lives Matter enough. So when I said the line about the culture, I just meant black culture is what got you to the point that you're at. So when you're at the top of your platform, where now you're ready to explode to the world and have this huge artist, like, talk about us too. And that's what I meant by that. And that just comes from my passion for black culture in general and black lives and what's going on with black people and stuff like that.
No, that's fair.
It came from that perspective. You get what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with hip hop. It had nothing to do with records or rapping and nothing like that. Like, I'm a Logic fan, but like I said earlier, like I hold people accountable. I would want somebody to do the same thing with me. If I get to a certain platform and now I'm about to have that album that explodes, it's like you still gotta remember why you're doing this, which is to, bring awareness, to people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I actually was not a fan of that album. That's probably
and that was exactly. I think a lot of people that were hardcore Logic fans weren't that big of a fan of
honestly,
that album.
like this last album that just dropped
is incredible.
Was the last album, like the first album I fucked with since his second album, the Incredible Journey or True Story one.
Yeah, No Pressure is incredible.
No Pressure's fire.
It's
but
fire.
I think that, like, I don't know, man. I just think that, I think that's a fair criticism. I think that album, Everybody, was like, I think he was dealing with a lot of the biracial shit he's probably mentally.
Yeah, I think that he was just probably having a lot of...
People don't know Logic is black.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
Which is crazy.
I think he was probably having a lot of meetings and stuff like that. I don't want to speculate too much, but I think that people were telling him, like, this is what you have to do to get to the next level. You know what I mean? And and that's my whole thing is, I'm just, if I'm a fan of you, you know what I mean? I'm like I said, I'm one of the more honest artists in this shit. I don't have the goals like everybody else has to be the greatest of all time, because I don't believe that exists. Like, in 10 years, there's going to be somebody that's going to tell you NBA YoungBoy is better than Kendrick. It's going to happen. Like, so
there is an entire generation of hip hop fans right now that will tell you that with a straight face.
Exactly. So for me, it's like, I just want to make impact, and I want to broker honest conversations and try to make an impact to where people, elevate their honesty, their accountability, their responsibility, whatever the case may be. And so, but like I said, I'm not going to escape my accountability in it. I didn't read the room. Logic, when I wrote it, he wasn't retired. He's retired now. He's trying to do his own thing. You know what I mean? And so that is something that if I could go back, I just wouldn't say the line out there, because it's like, let him do his thing. You know what I mean? And so it would be a conversation that if I ever met him, I would have with him personally still, but I wouldn't necessarily put it out. You get what I'm saying?
For the record, I don't think there's a chance in hell he doesn't know who you are, like he said.
Oh no, he definitely knows. But I like it's like, bro, you're a hip hop stan, and this is Top Dog Entertainment. Yeah, exactly.
So, and he's a Kendrick stan.
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
You know the reason it is.
Yeah, but shout out to Logic though. Like, his career musically, like, I'd be lucky if I was able to reach that level.
For sure. I'm glad you made that clear, because like.
A lot of people took it from a hip hop standpoint, which I can't blame them. And it's funny because when it dropped, I'm like, oh damn, it does sound like I'm saying that. like it does sound like.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, like, yeah, I know Logic is like a real hip hop head. Like this guy, you know, he works with No ID.
That's a fact.
Like he's,
that's a
you
fact.
know,
Nah, you can't, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say Logic isn't a hip hop guy, and that's not what I was saying. But you know,
no,
perception's
I
reality.
understand why you said that though.